Hey everyone, I'm going to go ahead and recap on some of the trades that I was able to look up this morning. As we had talked earlier, some of these stocks that I have listed here are stocks that I usually get from people that bring it up early in the morning, especially on Twitter Deck. You know, they do a little bit of they look to see what stocks are moving through the days. So basically, these stocks right here, once again, are the ones that I selected, and I've been sort of tracking and looking to see where that potential is. So now going back to these, just review them very quickly. If you look at MNI, this one, as expected, it went up pretty strong. Like, it went up really strong, and it went up to 259, and then that's when it actually started to sell out, and people started collecting their money. The way that I see this, it's I still see it. I'm gonna look at to see what happens at this point, but so far it seems like everybody's selling out on that stock. Let's look at CETX. CETX actually broke a couple of my measurements. So if we look at this point, we could see that it has broken through that support line. So it is most likely to go to the moving average, which I don't, that's usually what happens. It attracts this line right here, but it doesn't mean that necessarily. This is most likely what you might be looking at to where it might be going once it breaks these support lines. Let's go back to the other ones. APX, not too much activity. I think this was still tracing down, and you see what the moving average is, so it's kind of like really taking a dip. People are like expected selling out once you see this kind of hype before market, then you see people start selling out and collecting their money. RBC, that's another one that it was a big hype overnight, and then people started collecting their money. Now where that is, so far I have it at 169. I think it's holding up pretty tight, but we'll continue to look at that and see how it performs through the entire day. Let's see, the other ones, really not a whole lot. Like expected, people are just selling because there was there was some movement overnight, so they started to collect. Nothing going on with these. These at the bottom usually don't have too much activity just because of the volume. If you look at it, is even though these are decent, but still compared to the other ones, like compared to MNI, look, it has 16,000. This only has 1,000. So, but it's still moving. This is the stock that I traded. This is the one that I made profit of